The morning sun painted the sky in hues of warmth as Michael Rogers sipped his coffee, gazing out of the window. A day like any other, but not quite so. As the familiar aroma of his morning brew filled his senses, a strange sensation gripped him. It was déjà vu, an intense feeling of having lived this moment before. It was so potent that it resonated in his very bones, making his world flicker, as if the present was just an echo of a past he couldn't quite grasp. The sense of déjà vu didn't fade away as the day progressed. Instead, it intensified. Déjà vu happening non-stop throughout the day. Each conversation, each mundane task, even the faces around him bore an uncanny familiarity, as if they were all part of a forgotten memory. The streets he walked every day, the job he had been doing for years, the people he interacted with, they all seemed like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle he had put together countless times before. Yet the complete picture eluded him. It was as if he was living in a loop, caught in a cycle of perpetual existence, reliving his life over and over again. The same streets, the same job, the same faces, all wrapped in a veil of mysterious familiarity. Was it a trick of his mind, or was it something more profound, more complex? The déjà vu was disorienting, disrupting the normal flow of his life. He started to believe he already did tasks only to be informed he had not yet, but he could clearly remember doing it. It pushed him into a maze of questions, a labyrinth of confusion, never knowing what he had done and had yet to do. It made him question the very fabric of his reality. Was he just a player in a cosmic game, destined to repeat the same script over and over again? The question plagued Michael's mind, churning a storm of thoughts that refused to settle. The déjà vu was no longer just a strange sensation. It became an enigma, a mystery that needed to be solved. Struggling to reconcile this uncanny repetition, Michael sought answers, and thus began his quest, his journey into the unknown. A chance encounter with a mysterious figure, a weathered man who seemed to linger at the periphery of his déjà vu-laden existence. This was no ordinary stranger. His eyes held the wisdom of the ages, and his words reverberated with a truth that was both chilling and enlightening, as if he knew everything. The man, as if privy to Michael's deepest fears and anxieties, revealed a truth that was almost impossible to comprehend. Michael, he said, was probably trapped in a cycle of perpetual existence, reliving his life over and over. The sense of déjà vu that had been haunting Michael, the man explained, was not a mere quirk of the mind, but a symptom of his cyclical existence. The revelation sent shockwaves through Michael. His life, it seemed, was a record stuck on repeat, playing the same song, the same notes, the same rhythms over and over. The streets he walked, the people he met, the job he worked, all were part of a grand cosmic loop, but the man didn't stop there. He went on to explain the intricacies of Michael's predicament. Each life, each iteration, he said, was a chance to alter his choices, to break free from the repetitive chains, to change his mistakes and have a better and brighter existence. The déjà vu, the man explained, was an anchor, a haunting reminder of the inevitability of his cyclical journey. The possibility of breaking free from the cycle was both tantalizing and terrifying. The idea that his choices, his actions, could shift the cosmic scales and alter the trajectory of his existence was a daunting responsibility. The revelation plunged Michael into conflicting emotions. The man's words echoed in his mind with existential dread and hopeful possibility. As the sun set on this extraordinary strange encounter, Michael was left to grapple with the reality of his existence and the possibility of rewriting his entire life to break free of the loop. With newfound awareness, Michael approached each day with a blend of determination and trepidation. The world around him was both hauntingly familiar and startlingly new, as he did things he typically would not, in an attempt to change his life course. Every face he saw, every word he heard, carried echoes of a life he'd lived countless times before, yet each day also held the potential for change, for a break in the monotonous cycle of existence. He now understood that the people he encountered, the choices he made, were not mere happenstances. Each decision was a ripple in the fabric of reality, a chance to reshape his perpetual existence. These revelations left Michael grappling with a paradox: the freedom of choice, and yet, the weight of its implications. The knowledge that every decision could either bind him further or set him free added a sense of futility to his every step. Yet, the déjà vu lingered, a reminder that time itself was a puzzle with elusive answers. As the cycles continued, Michael delved into the recesses of his past lives, seeking patterns that could lead to liberation. His life was woven together by the thread of déjà vu. There were times when the weight of this eternal recurrence nearly crushed him. Despair threatened to consume him, the specter of past mistakes echoing in his mind like a haunting melody. Yet there was a resilience within him, a force forged from the amalgamation of countless iterations. It urged him to press on, to not yield to the overwhelming tide of déjà vu. In the midst of his struggle, a breakthrough occurred. It was an ordinary moment, a decision that seemed insignificant against his existence. But it was an unscripted choice, one that defied the familiar contours of his cyclical life. It was as if he had thrown a stone into a calm lake, the ripples distorting the reflection of reality. The mysterious man appeared for the final time, a knowing smile etched on his weathered face. He congratulated Michael, his voice imbued with a profound sense of relief and triumph. "You have transcended the cycle," he declared, his words echoing in the silence that followed. With that, Michael stepped into uncharted territory. The déjà vu that had once been his constant companion began to fade. The world around him unfolded with renewed vibrancy, the colors more vivid, the sounds more resonant. He found himself marveling at the subtleties of existence, the intricate web of choices and consequences that defined life. He reveled in the beauty of uncertainty, the thrill of stepping into the unknown. The shackles of repetition had been broken, and he was free to chart his own course, to write his own story. He marveled at the subtleties of existence, embracing the beauty of choices unfettered by the weight of cosmic repetition.